What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mr. Straight Facts Show. I am Mr. Straight Facts. Today was a day, y'all. I mean, it was like back to back to back bangers today. The news was crazy. First thing I recognized when I got up and started watching some of these excerpts from the news was Donald Trump had unleashed a new travel ban on America. Remember, he had one the last time where he wouldn't let the Muslim people in. And then, the courts came in, he had to let go of that. And now I hear it's a little bit tighter. This new travel ban is tighter than that one, so it's going to be kind of hard to do something about it. But, they're going to sue. And I hope they can overturn it. Because if you look at all the countries that this man wanted to ban on top of the ones he had before, again, not mostly, all brown people, right? Venezuela, some of them think they're white, but hey, it's still brown people. What's up, Mark? How you doing? I see you woke, Mike. So that's what happened when I first woke up. I'm sitting like, okay, they don't do another ban on brown people, and it's all because of this guy that threw a Molotov cocktail or some kind of flame on a few people. I'm not sure if the 80-something-year-old woman that was burned, I don't know if she made it through or not. I haven't heard any more updates about that. One was close to death, but they said that, that she could make it. I don't know the details. They haven't talked about it. But that guy, who is an Egyptian, because of that is the reason why they're saying it. No, they had a plan for this since day one. It's just that this was the right time to unleash and say, oh, it's because of this brown guy that we're not letting all these other brown guys in. How do we know that? Because this brown guy's from Egypt, and Egypt is not on the list. Egypt is one of our allies. So they unleashed the brown beast because a brown person did it, really because this gives them some kind of cover to say, oh, we did it because of him. But like I said, you didn't touch Egypt, but you touched all these other brown nations. It's kind of hard to hide that you're racist as fuck when you do racist things, right? And leave out the people who actually were the ones, or wasn't even them, but his culture he's from Egypt, right? So that would be the one that you would probably attack, Egypt, and say, hey, gotta take him back and his family back or whatever. And people can pretty much understand that. But when you punish in other countries, that's messed up. Now, one of the major places that they put on there was Afghanistan. And now I got a video that I thought, when I saw it earlier today, I thought it was something that's kind of long. I think Americans need to see it, right? Because there are things that we do as Americans. Like me, I am a strong word guy. I keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Now, if I say if I don't get to do it tomorrow, I'll end up doing it the day after or whatever it may be. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep that promise, right? This man, Donald Trump, don't give a jack about keeping his word. And so this country, which that's how we stay safe, is by keeping our word with other countries, backing them when we say we're going to back them, keeping their secrets when we say we're going to keep their secrets, keeping our mouth shut. The snitches get stitches theory. That's what we do as American soldiers and American people when we have an alliance with other countries. Right or wrong, that's our deal. Donald Trump is like, F them. So in Afghanistan, like in the war, right, there were a lot of Afghanistan people, Afghanis, I guess you would say, who saved the lives of American people and unalived people who looked just like them. These Afghanis were killing other Afghanis that were trying to harm American men and women. They put their lives on the line. And what we're supposed to do as someone who saved our babies' lives, our husbands' lives, our wives' lives, we're supposed to owe them a debt of gratitude, not a shake a handshake and say thank you and leave them in the country. No, you bring them with you because they showed more loyalty to this country than many of these white nationalists have ever showed. But they are in brown skin. They think loyalty is just because they're white and they live here and they're trying to keep whiteness alive But these brown men, mostly, and some women, I'm sure, but mostly men that were Afghanis, risked their lives for American citizens. And many of them are here today with purple hearts, hugging their wives and kids with the promise of America saying that they're going to give them citizenship and asylum away from these people, because the people that did help, that America did leave behind, we left over 100 and something, 136 and whatever it is of them behind. They've hunted those people down. And I think there's only like 36 of them left. They were still trying to get some of these people to America. They've been in hiding this whole fucking time. So we're going to hear some information from a soldier. I'm not going to show the second soldier, but the second soldier had the same validation of these people from Afghanistan that saved American lives in an area in which they had no clue. And this gentleman has a story to tell, and I'm willing to show it again. And this was on MSNBC, and I want to say Katie Tur's show. She's going to be in it. Now, there's some questions that she has that I got the answer for. And I'm sick and tired of mainstream media just skirting around the answers. They know them. They just don't want to say them because it's gotten to a place where this country doesn't want to hear the truth, because the truth sounds a little like, I don't want you to go there because, it happens too much. People talk about that so much. We're gonna talk about that when it hits, but I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about. If I can get this up for you guys real quick. It is insane. Let's see. Here we go.
Haiti, I'm only alive sitting here talking to you right now because my Afghan interpreter killed 2 members of the Taliban who were about to kill me in a firefight in 2008. The reason why he was standing next to me is he believes that our country keeps its word, that we made a fundamental promise to the Afghans who stood alongside us, that if they found themselves in duress, we would take care of them. This is my Purple Heart right here. The reason why I'm not in a grave in Arlington is because of that man. I fear that what this is going to do is it's going to get U.S. soldiers killed in larger numbers in future wars, because people will no longer believe us and will no longer trust us and will no longer ally with us.
Why do you think this administration doesn't want to extend a hand to the folks that helped you, to the guy that saved your life?
His name is Stephen Miller, and he's the Deputy Chief of Staff of the White House. I'm not sure the president understands what he's signing. In the first Trump administration, the president actually welcomed Afghan interpreters to the White House for an Oval Office event alongside U.S. veterans and celebrated their service. The problem is he's being serviced by a man, Stephen Miller. Steve and I met a couple of years ago before he worked for the president when he was working in the Senate. He looked at my interpreter, who I brought to the meeting, in the eye, and he said, "Matt, what you have to understand is that you and your organization, No One Left Behind, what you guys are doing is you're bringing Islamic fundamentalist terrorists to my country, and it's my job to stop you." That's the man who's now in charge of our immigration policy. And let me be clear, I don't think it just ends with an immigration ban from Afghanistan. I think they're going to move to begin outright deporting the Afghan allies who we were able to successfully evacuate over the last 15 years. Those of them who have citizenship, I fear that they'll move to denaturalize them. If you look what they've talked about, in recent weeks, the Trump administration has ended the congressionally authorized program to help resettle Afghans who are left behind. It is declared, somehow insanely, that Afghanistan is a safe country for these people to go back. And yet, in the very same breath of calling Afghanistan safe for their return, have designated the Taliban as state sponsors of terrorists, and now are so concerned about the Taliban ruling Afghanistan that they're using as justification to not allow Afghans to immigrate here. None of this actually adds up. What it is it's Stephen Miller trying to accomplish what he's been trying to accomplish since he first got into government. The man hates non-white-skinned immigrants, full stop, and he's trying to do everything he can to get rid of them. And in so doing, he's going to get U.S. soldiers killed in future wars.
Do you think that he has a belief that all Muslims are extremists? I mean, how do you explain not the Oval Office, but the meeting that you just described to me?
I can't. He stared at the guy who saved my life and called him an Islamic fundamentalist terrorist to his face. Kate, let me be clear. I'm not the only person Jen has saved. I'm one of 5 Americans who can point to that man and say, that man's my guardian angel. The other 4 soldiers who he kept alive by killing the Taliban, we didn't serve in the same units. We didn't even serve in the same deployments. On 5 separate times during his 9 years of frontline combat service, he kept people like me alive. And let's be very clear, if they're sent back, the Taliban is going to torture them and murder them. There's an Afghan soldier I've been trying to help get out of Afghanistan. This visa ban now applies to that man. 122 members of his unit were left behind when the Taliban took over. 36 are currently left alive. The rest of them have been hunted down, murdered, tortured in front of their families, and often watch their families killed alongside them. That's the hell we will be sending our allies back to.
And what he just said, this man is a hero. 9 years, he saved at least five American lives by unaliving people who look like him to save mostly white people that don't look like him. It wasn't about race to him. It was about ideology, trust, believing that what was going on with the Taliban was a wrong thing and what Americans were coming here for was the right thing. And I'm going to fight on the right side of history. And so he risked not only his life, his family life, his lineage, uncles, nieces, nephews, aunts. He risked their lives because they would take them out to get to him. He risked everything for Americans. And what is Donald Trump? He believes all those people are suckers and losers. He has no respect for those who lay their lives on the line. Zero. So this man, after all those years that went by, he still has said, I'm loyal to this man. This man is the reason why I'm seeing my grandkids or my kids or my wife, or I'm on this show to speak to you. Gratitude for the fact that he knew he was staring down death. And this man stood in front of it and saved his life. He called the man a guardian angel. That's not a lighthearted thing to say to somebody. To say that you're somebody's guardian angel once is a freaking miracle. To say that in your lifetime, 5 people can call you a guardian angel because you unalive multiple people to save their lives. And this is how you treat these people. The people who were interpreters for you, the ones who fought on the line, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 9 years. And what he's talking about is that if you can send this man back to death, when in any other war that we may have in the future, or any other countries are going to want to sit right beside us and helping us? When are we going to have interpreters in the near future? And I don't want no wars, but we didn't have them before. We're going to have them again eventually. And if we don't have people riding and dying with us, we by ourselves. So how are we safer with this orange idiot in office? He doesn't even realize the magnitude of his decisions. A travel ban on people getting into this country, when these are the people, especially in Afghanistan, that have risked their lives and they're trying to get out. And this man right here said he's been trying to get one guy out for a long time. And now it's closed down because of Stephen Miller and Donald Trump being too stupid to realize he hired Satan Jr. Even though he's Satan Sr., but he's senile. It's some of the most outlandish, just despicable things. Just when you think certain people can't get lower, they show you there's a new bottom. Now, the question that I had, or not question, the answer that I had to the question that she had in here is like, this one person said, she said in her situation, she said, is there a reason why, after he done said, he just doesn't like non-white immigrants, she said, is there a reason why you think, does he think all Muslims are terrorists and blah, blah, blah? He said, I don't know. I just want you to understand something, Katie Tur. It's racism, okay? 100%. xenophobia, racism. These people don't like anybody outside of being white. In whatever category they put white people in. Even if you can be considered white, like a lot of Venezuelans are, you still have this brown blood in you. You're not original. And they can decide to take any one of you guys out of the white category when they see fit. Wake up already. If you're Italian, you could be taken out of this white category. Some people who are Asian that think they're associated with white, they can claim white. You can be taken out of this category. Mixed black people who are light-skinned, who've passed as white their entire lives, you are in this category. Don't get it twisted. This whiteness is a disease that you guys have allowed to infest this damn country. Instead of fighting it, you've allowed it into your system. You don't talk about being Irish. You don't talk about being, English or wherever your people are from. You're talking about this whiteness in America that has melded this sick idea that a skin color is more important than someone's heart, mind, spirit, or soul. To think that a brain literally thinks that just because your skin is a certain different color, that somehow you're superior. That's so remedial. I mean, that's slow as hell. Each individual person is impacted by whatever they're brilliant at. So it has nothing to do with your race or your color, your skin. It has everything to do with how much effort you put into whatever the hell you're good at. Point blank, period. But that's what these people do. They have to have some figment of their imagination. That's why I call them nomads. There's no merit. They think whiteness makes them brilliant or supreme. There's no other merit. They don't have to know how to fly a plane. They just have to be white. According to these white nationalists. Not all white people. I always have to say that. You know what I'm saying. And so the reality is that we got to stop allowing these idiots who believe they're brilliant just because of the color of some skin or some fakeness to be in power. These people have got to go. 100% have got to go. And qualified people based on the merits, for real merit, not your skin color. What can you do? Have actual, qualifications for these positions. If we have to, presidents are going to have some qualification or some leadership of something. You just can't be leading no 6 businesses that you casinos that you've corrupted and bankrupted and be like, oh, that's my qualification. No, you don't even know how the country works. The people you hire don't even know the terms of government. Habeas corpus. Christy Nome don't even know what it is. It's scary. You're in a position where you're supposed to hold people responsible for things, and you can't even be educated enough. I mean, you've been in the job long enough to do some homework and research about your job. You know you're way above your pay grade. The least you can do is work hard so you can catch up. But nope, they stay stupid, stay blind to it, and they think that no matter what, I'm not going to be caught for robbing the country by not being actually capable of fulfilling the job for the American people. I think it's robbing the American people, to be honest. You know damn well you're not qualified for it, yet you're accepting a check. That's fraud to me. You're not stepping up to the plate and doing the job. You're just accepting the money and doing whatever somebody else tells you. That's fraud to me. You should be doing your fucking job, independent of what the president or anybody else says. You should be seeking what you're supposed to be seeking in that position. They don't know the job. They don't know the job description. Yet they're in position of power. America, that is your fault. You have allowed people like this to get in office. You've listened to your idiot friends and allowed them to put stupidity inside your soul and spirit. We've all, in many ways, have looked at stuff and said, that ain't gonna happen. They talking crazy. And now it's happening. It's freaking you out. I understand. It's been happening since 2015. It freaked me out. I'm like, it ain't gonna never be. Trump ain't gonna win. He won. How the hell? I don't know. But looking back on it, a lot of our friends we discounted. A lot of the people that we saw, we discounted because it was batshit crazy stuff. And now we got batshit crazy running the country. We've normalized batshit crazy. I don't care if it's an uncle, an aunt, a brother, a husband, a best friend, or even you. You've normalized batshit crazy. And they're in your family. They're in your friend circle. At least they were in mine too. They have been excommunicated from me. I don't want to be around them. It is a disease that's killing people. And I don't want to be a part of it. Stupidity is not something I seek, nor do I want to be around. I don't want nobody dumbing me down. I want somebody lifting me up and helping me understand the world a little better. Not just hide into my feelings and become dumber. Every country's going to whoop our ass. They're already doing it. China has got our number in multiples. They are exponentially better than us in many aspects, especially intellect. Their president is running circles around our president. Our president out there begging to be accepted. Their president, I ain't even listening to that fool. What y'all doing? Y'all going out to get something to eat? This fool, I know I like him and he like me. I love you. You love me. Why don't we just get together, Z? That's how stupid he is. He is the Barney of fucking presidents. And stupid people love him. It's like watching Barney run the fucking country. No disrespect to Barney, because he was a nice little dumbass dinosaur. But this one right here, an old orange dumbass dinosaur, that's what he's like. It's insane. This man is not respecting our military men and women who put their lives on the line. That's what I wanted to share about them. And anybody who served, thank you for your service. And for you Afghani people, if you see this, I am and the ones who helped save the lives of our military men and women and brought them home to see their families and love again and hug again and have a life, no matter what they may have come back with, and maybe going through therapy because of PTSD and so on, some of them missing limbs. I thank you for your service, because if you don't get to stay in this country, I pray for you that you can stay in this country, that something happens, that this changes, because you should not be sent to your death because we have a dumbass orange president. You should be applauded. They should be bringing you to the White House and thanking you and saying that you are a hero 5 times over. How many people can say they are a hero 5 times over? That they had to take lives multiple times to save American lives, and they're not from America. They're from the land in which America invaded. I'm sorry, sir, ma'am. Mostly sirs, I believe it's mostly men. But just in case there's women, I'm sorry. Thank you for your service, and I hope whatever we can do to be able to get the word out, we'll do it, because this is just insane. If you can't honor those who risk their lives for yours, what kind of country are you? And Stephen Miller, you can kiss the deep crevice of my black ass. For real. You're one of the most mean, fat-headed, stupid, racist assholes in America. If anybody needs to be kicked out, it is you. Kicked out and stomped out. Yeah, you. That type of mentality you have needs to be stomped out. 100%. To sit there and look at this hero 5 times over and say he's an Islamic terrorist when you ain't did shit to save this country. Your own family don't even like you. And this man's got at least 5 other families that pray for him every night because he saved their lives. You're the trash in this country. And by the way, Stephen Miller, it's not your fucking country. It really isn't. You think because you're white? No, sir. Not at all. It's a we thing. It's not your country. It's our country. And you don't get to say so more than anybody else just because you and this white nationalist and this orange president's the head dude. No, you don't. The other thing that came out of the news today that I saw, I'm going through the news as it came out today because I know the juicy part. I'm going to get to that later. I made a video about it. Want to hear it? Go listen to it. But I ain't going to go there yet. The next thing that came out, let's try to keep it a little serious. What is it called? Palantir. One of the major stories that came out today, and it got buried a lot because of this Trump stuff with Elon. That company, which compiles data on Americans, that's the claim. They got the deal through Donald Trump and others to compile our data. Well, the owner of it came out and said, we're not doing that. You guys can check it. I don't know how the hell we're going to be able to check it. He's like, just download the app and you'll see I can't do this or whatever. I have not downloaded said app. But for all the things that are out there, that's what they're doing. Well, without finding a definite yes or no, which I couldn't find out today, what I did find out, if I can pull that up, I don't know if I have it, was that I may have to get it off of something else and put it up for myself and read it to you. I don't think I prepared it for you guys to see, but get my setup here. There were, the Palantir, did I get that? There were MAGA people that came out today. MAGA people came out today and were livid. I mean, livid about what they heard. Let me see if I can grab this photo for you guys real quick. I don't want to make sure that we can give you some information. You can just hold on. Let's go ahead and do this. Where we at? Palantir. Oh, there it is. You had the Hodge twins. Yeah. Those guys who I believe to be, I don't know what they are. Whether they mixed or just light skin, black, I have no clue. Really doesn't matter. But they're the ones who are MAGA and had a lot to say. But whatever they had to say was still trash. So, you know. But yeah, I got it for you now. Let's go ahead and get that. This is what they had to say today. Well, these people had to say today. Due to what Trump did or what the MAGA, how they react to what MAGA's doing. The Patriot Voice, right wing, people are so quick to suggest that I flipped on Trump. No, I didn't flip on Trump. Trump flipped on us. So they already pissed off that Trump is flipped on them. I'm not willing to continue living a lie, and I will tell you the unfortunate truth. Making fun of his app. Truth. About it. I love it, man. I love it. The other thing, the Hodge twins. Yeah, these are the two knucklehead brothers, you know, the split atoms and all that shit. They said, don't know if this is true, but I did not vote for this. Okay? So they can't even believe truth when they see it. But then again, in reality, part is that we don't know 100%. This is the actual idea that has been passed around throughout the news and news media, and also suggested also by other people. I think even Elon Musk suggested it. So these people are actually reacting to it because they're giving it some validity because of Elon Musk. And of course, Nicholas Fuentes, the racist, white nationalist, he says Trump's promotion of Palantir is the ultimate betrayal of his own people. feeding every MAGA extremist into an AI database controlled by a CIA Mossad cutout. Seriously, if Palantir isn't the deep state, then what is? Oh man, it is insane how these people are eating each other, and I'm here for it. I got the popcorn and everything. I'm here for it, but it's been 5 months, y'all. Ain't even 5. The 21st of this month will be 5 months. 5 months, and these people have tried and continue to destroy our economy through tariffs, through all kinds of other insane things, through racism, through transphobic crap, through everything you can possibly think of in 5 months. Coming up on 5 months. And look at all the crap we went through. I can't say this is true. I can just only tell you what I feel, right? This is my feelings. You can say fuck them all you want, which is fine. But this is how I feel right now. I feel like Biden's entire 4 years has not covered as much crap as Donald Trump has covered in these almost 5 months. Donald Trump has been in the news every day, multiple times a day, writing almost every week a new 1 to 5 executive orders for nonsense. About to sign another executive order, if he hadn't already signed it, about researching the auto pen for Biden, that he didn't know what he was doing. And Biden had to come out like, these are all my decisions. And they want to start an investigation, spending millions of dollars of our money. I thought you guys were supposed to be saving money and bringing down the prices of shit. And every chance they get, they keep on spending American dollars on stupid shit. No validation whatsoever. And if Donald Trump says, okay, wait a minute, you go through this investigation and find like, oh, okay, he used the auto pen. Well, so have you, dipshit. So the next president that comes in and says, oh, well, I'm no longer going to need auto pen. I'm going to investigate every president that did. It is the dumbest waste of money that you could be focused on the American people in trying to bring some of these taxes down, tariffs down, the cost of living down. But that's not their plan. Never was. MAGA. They didn't care about you, nor how much money you was going to get or get back, or to give for that matter. You are not a forethought or even a fucking afterthought. You were not in their thoughts. They just had to feed you the bullshit to open up the door to take everything away from you. And as you can see in those texts right there, these are the tweets and X, whatever they were on, they feel betrayed. But ask them, or better yet, ask them, does that mean you're woke now? Are you unasleep, which means woke, right? Are you aware of your surroundings now? Is woke a thing now? Or you just repel woke? Because this right here, what you guys are finding out, is what woke people find out. We keep our eyes open, our ears to the ground. What the hell is going on? I'm not going to listen to your words. I'm going to look for the facts. That's what people like me, Mr. Straight Facts, no chaser, fuck your feelings. That's what we do. We research shit, therefore we bring it out and say, okay, this is a fact, go check it out. You guys led with a bunch of feelings. And we told you these facts that you are finding out right now. Can you admit now that your hatred blinded you to your own best benefit? You didn't think about your own best interest until now. You didn't think they were going to steal all your information until now. And they told you back then. But maybe you knew, you just didn't think they were going to include you too. They were just going to stick with black and brown and others and not fuck with white people. What good would that be when there's more of you? They have to control more of you than they have to control us. What good is it for racist white America to control black people when we have 14% of the population? What are you going to get by controlling 14%? Abso-fucking-lutely nothing. The people they really want to control are the majority. That's why they feed you lies and point you toward others to hate on, while they're picking your pockets, they're destroying your lives, they're getting information on you, they're throwing ads in your face to buy the crap that you don't need. But these billionaires are doing it because they're trying to rob you of everything you got, make you feel like you want to be one of them, and one day you can. Just keep giving me money. And you done fell for that. Banana in the tailpipe. And now you're realizing, oh shit, have I been got? And the 92% said, fuck yeah, you are. But they're trying to change the rules of the being got now because they see that you guys are becoming aware. Not all of you, the ones who did vote that way for us, meaning like for the Democrats and for the rights of people. Those people, white, Latin, black, whatever, the ones who had sense and knew that this regime was going to F everybody over. Those people becoming aware, so the racist people knew they had to fix something. We got to get as many people that hate black people, that hate xenophobic people, that hate transphobic people. We got to get them to hate them so much that they don't recognize we're robbing them too. And now you're seeing them awake. All of them just waking up. I'm like, it's about time you came out this fucking sleep. We've been trying to tell y'all with your comatose ass. It's ridiculous. So when we think about, and I mentioned this banana in the tailpipe, it's so funny because the next topic is about bananas. And it has to do with Republicans. Now, Howard Lutnik, the dude that's dense as hell about these tariffs, who we discussed yesterday, that didn't know how these particular tariffs work. And Senator John Kennedy was like scratching his head, putting his head in his hand, like, man, I can't believe I passed this dipshit to actually be in position that he's in. And Donald Trump is listening to this dumbass. Oh, what did I do wrong? He was waking up right in front of our eyes, man. He was asleep, but he was waking up. And in that meeting today, another representative wanted to ask him some questions. And hers was trying to get America to better understand how these tariffs are affecting them and how certain things like bananas are going up or have gone up. And we're going to discuss that on the back end. But just listen to what she has to say to this man, Howard, dumb shit. And we'll go back. And there's some things that he does that I want to talk about as well. Let's get it.
Americans, by the way, love bananas. We buy billions of them a year. I love bananas. What's the tariff on bananas?
The tariff on bananas would be representative of the countries that produce them.
And what's that tariff?
Generally 10%.
Correct, 10%. Walmart has already increased the cost of bananas by 8%.
But as countries do deals with us, that will go to zero. As countries do deals with us, that will go to zero.
But the cost is on the American consumer now and on the businesses with the confusion now.
There's no uncertainty. If you build in America and you produce your product in America, there will be no tariff.
We can't produce bananas in America.
So the concept of building in America and paying no tariff is very, very clear.
We cannot build bananas in America.
All right. Now, let's do some clarity here real quick to deal with some facts. We do produce bananas in America, but like in Florida, right? And they don't make enough that like she said, we consume billions of bananas, right? So Florida cannot do it. And therefore, no other state in this country is set up like Florida. So we can't just start setting up a bunch of, banana places and shit, like whatever they call it. I don't know what they are, farms, whatever they're considered to be. We can't set up that here in LA or in, Texas or any other place. It's only in Florida. So what she said is not true 100% because there are some bananas being here, but we don't have enough. So it is true as well. It just half true, I guess. Maybe she need to reword it. But you get to see Howard Lutnik. You see how he's no longer paying attention to her when you saw that. He tried to turn to the camera nearest him like he was on some kind of fucking like reality show. He's sitting there talking over here and she's over there. And he goes, well, we're going to do. And he's trying his best to pitch to the American that will listen that we, when these tariffs work, think about it. You'll have zero tariffs. You have zero tariffs once we make these deals, make it America. We have zero if we make it in America. And she's like, we can't make this in America. We can't just build another, banana factory. You're going to cover the entire state of Florida with bananas so they can feed the rest of the country? No, it ain't going to happen. That's not happening. So she brought up a great example of how bananas is indicative of it's been raised 8%, even though they got roughly 10% tariff on it. Whoever's selling it, overall is eating 2% of the increased tariff and putting the other 8% on the American. So when you hear like a Donald Trump or even a Howard Lutnik or even Scott Bessent talking about, oh, well, we pulled in so many billions of dollars from tariffs, that is your money, yo. They're literally saying they've robbed you of all this money. All this money sitting in a bank or wherever these particular things are set up. It's sitting there and growing because we're charging you more money for it. And that extra money is sitting over here in this pile. And what are we going to do with it? Well, we're going to keep on trying to raise a lot of money because we got to reach this $2 trillion that we promised the billionaires who gave us money to elect us all. Republicans are trying to pay back their masters, the billionaires. And who are they robbing? Peter to pay Paul. And guess what? Your name is Peter. Billionaire's name is Paul. They, the Republicans, are the robbers. And I'm not saying that Democrats don't do this as well. They're all beholden to billionaires. But right now, we don't see them doing this. So it ain't them that we worried about. They're not in power. When they get in power, we can focus on them. But right now, focus on the threat at hand. These people are trying to deliver to their masters our money by telling dipshits like these MAGAs that it's coming from other countries. And few of them are starting to wake up. Not a lot, not enough even, to say, wait a minute, it's costing me more. My business, I'm the one that's paying for this. I thought they were supposed to pay for it. They're waking up like that now. It's crazy how being woke saves you money. Being asleep makes you go broke. And they brainwashed these guys. I'm going to say you because you're the person who listened to me that you didn't get brainwashed. They brainwashed these people to think that woke meant broke. When in reality, sleep meant broke. Now they're trying to wake up after they don't put the tyrant in office. Now that he's throwing all these tariffs on different things just randomly. And those things are in the courts. One other thing that happened today, before I move on, so I just had it at the top of my head, is that the courts have said that the men that went to Venezuela, they didn't get their due process and they need to facilitate getting them back. Now, here's a problem that I have with the law. The law is a snail, y'all. I mean, a remedial snail. This thing don't even move. It just sit there. Snails move slow. The law is like, it doesn't move slow. It is stagnant. Because after you come up with the law to say that these Venezuelans deserve to be brought back home, and then prove that they are a criminal or have broke said laws, and then you can kick them out of the country based off that. But you have to prove it first. They need their due process, habeas corpus. That needs to be into play. But now we need you to facilitate that. And then not have an understanding of what facilitate means. This is the second time it's came out and finalized, I guess. But there still is no definitive understanding of what facilitates means to them. Everybody else in law knows what it means. But what's so tripped is that I thought the word shall in the law meant this shit must happen. Ain't no could be, possibly. Shall is a definitive of it must happen. And they say shall, but then all of a sudden they say expedite this particular situation, facilitate it. And that like negates the shall. I don't believe it does or should, but they love splitting the law for billionaires. Now, they brought back one person that was forced to come back. They brought that person back, not from Venezuela, but from another country. Now they've proven that they can bring them back anytime they want. But they're choosing on purpose to negate the law, the lawyers, the judges. And these other men are still in Venezuela, even though the judge said today that none of these men have really been charged with a crime. We don't know. They could be, but we don't know. And neither do you, Trump and your minions who sent them there. You have no clue. And therefore, you don't present any evidence. They must come back. Yet there's no way of this being expedited quickly. This country is remedial. Because it should be just black and white. But this shit's so fucking gray, it's ridiculous. It is insane. But that's one of the things that also came through today and was getting on my absolute last nerve. Okay. Now I'm gonna get to what everybody been wanting to talk about, because y'all know, because this I just went through the day as it unfolded for me. Those things unfolded, and then out of nowhere, Trump and Elon, I call it the billionaire keyboard warriors. These fools start battling. I'm like, get in the ring. Let's see you guys fight it out. I know Trump, he's older. He's messing with a senior citizen. But Trump, he's delusional. He think he still got it. I'm ready for them to jump into like a WW, whatever it is now, ring and box and wrestle this shit out. Oh, it was so funny today. When I saw that, I was like, nah, this shit ain't real. What's going on? I was like, what am I watching? What am I watching here? So Donald Trump had something to say. And I want to ask you guys, who do you think won in this battle? Because I got my own. If you see my video, you know what I believe. But I want to know what y'all believe if you haven't seen my video. Who won what? Because this was funny, man. Somebody needs to do like a person who's an artist. You need to do like a dance battle. Like back in old movies and shit, we had a dance battle. You need to have them like dancing, pulling that like white chick shit. Donald Trump comes in the ring, starts dancing, puts his hand on his jock, and then spins and all that. Then have Elon Musk come out and battle too, because this was pure comedy. This is pure comedy. It reminded me of a dance-off. The battle back in the day, even Michael Jackson with Bad, Oh, I was rolling today, y'all. I was rolling. I was like, I know this shit ain't real. And I just kept waiting and waiting because I got rid of my ex. So I've been waiting and waiting to see like what battle they've been talking about. And they've been going back and forth, new tweets every 5 minutes or whatever it was, 17 minutes. Oh, man. So we're going to listen to Donald Trump kind of respond to some stuff. And then we're going to look at some tweets and truths. And just have a ball with this shit. So this is Donald Trump in the White House, and I guess he was having some kind of meeting with some executive that has to deal with Russia and Ukraine. And I don't know if I didn't get to see all that because I was dealing with the drama. But this is that part where he's talking about Elon Musk.
Remember, he was here for a long time. You saw a man who was very happy when he stood behind the Oval Desk. And even with the black eye, I said, do you want a little makeup? We'll get you a little makeup. But he said, no, I don't think so,
He
which
tried to clown him. We get you some makeup. We get you some makeup. He tried to clown him. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, let's see what we got here.
is interesting and very nice. He wants to be who he is, so you could make that statement too, I guess. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything.
He is so full of himself. I mean, he said I was right, and he's wearing the hat, and Trump is right about everything. What the hell has this got to do with anything? He's trying to make it seem like I'm right all the time. And he even said it. Look, I had him walking around like a little monkey, doing whatever I want him to do. That's how he... What?
And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised, but I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. He hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office. I can understand why he's upset.
This man is delusional. I mean, he's going all over the place. And I know some of these were out of context, the way it was actually shot. There was some edits in between. But he rambled for like 8 minutes about Elon. I mean, this love affair breakup is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? One of them did not get the rose, okay? It's hilarious. Oh, man. So Donald Trump is out here trying to say, hey, you know, I think he misses the place. You know, he misses me. You know, I like him. He likes me. Again, one of these Barney things. We're a big family. So and people love me. People love me, you know. And when they leave, you know, they get like Trump derangement syndrome. I guess, whatever that is. Man, this man is slow. Yo, I mean, this would be like on Mad TV or some shit, you know, back in the day, in Living Color or something, Saturday Night Live. This should not be real life. This is real life, y'all. We in this for real. This is not some kind of game or, you know, you're not in some kind of simulation. At least I don't think we are. But it's just insane this man is. But he's going off on Elon Musk. Oh, my goodness. And so there's some tweets that came out. We're going to play these tweets. All right, let's get to it real quick. So in these tweets, let's go back to it. We'll take it back because these tweets go too quick. There you go. All right. So in this tweet, Donald Trump says about Elon Musk, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. Dude, this sounds like scorned teenagers. I mean, he said he knew about it, and I've taken it away. That's why he's mad at me. And there is some evidence that he is mad at him because of that to some degree. But then he's like, he said something like to the effect of, yeah, go ahead and take it. But it doesn't make sense that you're not doing the same thing to gas companies. You're not throwing any kind of, you're still giving them subsidies, and they're not doing certain things for the environment or for the people. But, you know, go ahead, do what you got to do. He's basically saying, I'm the richest man in the world. So, you know, you can go ahead and do what you got to do in that process. So that was one thing. Let me see the next one that came up after that. Oh my God, it was just so funny. There we go. It says, the easiest way, Donald Trump again, to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. What does Biden got to do with this? He's trying to justify what he wants to do, which, I don't like Elon Musk, but to cancel subsidies like this is not the way to go. Just like I think the same way that Elon Musk needs to be investigated for doing this exact same thing, and I think it was either to T-Mobile or some major company. I forgot what the name of the company was. Maybe I'm wrong about T-Mobile, but or one company. I think maybe in Verizon or something. One of those companies had a contract worth I think $1 trillion or something like that, or multiple billions. And you can look it up, but Elon Musk canceled it and gave it to himself, so to speak. And it's like, that should be investigated. But they didn't have any problem with that while he was in office doing his thing as Donald Trump. One thing you'll realize, these two it was Verizon. Thank you, Rudy and Planet Janet. These two are exposing both of their corruptions at the same time. I know we're laughing at this, right? At least I am. I ain't gonna say we. I am, because I can't speak for all of us. I'm laughing at this, but if you really look at the subtext of all this, both of them are telling you the criminal things that they've been doing. Donald Trump knew he was in that office messing with everything to save money for his EV shit, to get his mandate, right? And also getting other businesses and canceling out things so they can give these tax cuts. And in the process, they've allowed Elon to do a lot of illegal shit. And then Donald Trump is saying, look, I've been good to him. I've allowed him to do illegal shit. Maybe I should cancel his contracts. Elon Musk, remember, since he started doing Doge, he got so many more contracts. Remember the $400 million contract to be able to build, not bulletproof, but that type of thing, a bulletproof Tesla truck, Cybertruck, armored Cybertruck. He got $400 million to do it. Remember that? Because remember, it literally said armored vehicles afterwards when they found out that he gave it to himself and put Tesla in front of it, because it was open to anybody. But then all of a sudden, his name was in it. And then they had to retract that and took his name off of it and just said, oh, EV vehicles, armored EV vehicles. But he got that contract. But they got caught by saying, the wrong part out loud. But that's what they do. Say the wrong part out loud, and people who are stupid don't look at it and be like, oh, ain't nothing wrong because he said it out loud. If it was wrong, he would have hit it. I'm like, where do you get that from? If he's wrong, just listen to what he says is wrong. The hell if he hit it or said it to you in your face. People are remedial. But that's what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are both saying. Back to back, they're saying basically, when Elon Musk comes out and says, basically, you guys are in your position because I got you there with my money. That tells you right there that he was doing something for them to get them elected. Not only Trump, but all the rest of the Republicans. And that they're beholden to him. Think about how Mike Johnson, was it yesterday? It seems like weeks ago. This shit be happening so fast. But I think it was just yesterday that he said, I've been trying to call Elon, but my baby won't answer me. Call me back, baby. And then today, it's like they're talking to Mike Johnson. He said, obviously, there's some bad blood, but I don't know. No wonder he didn't answer calls. Man, this is the most toxic relationships. I mean, these Republicans are toxic. I mean, you didn't see nothing like this. You did see at the end, I ain't even gonna lie, I felt the Democrats were very toxic toward Biden. And I'm like, there was no reason for that. You knew what he was like, and you turned on him. And I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I accepted Kamala Harris 100%, voted for her and all that, I didn't like it. And I don't lie, you can go look at my video. I did a video right when it happened, and I was pissed off. I was highly shitty that these individuals had backstabbed Biden like that after all he had done for America. And people say, oh, well, he said this, he did that. He said something back in the day. He said, if you not vote for this, you're not black and all stuff. people said he was racist and all that. I'll say, you look, each individual topic I deal with on its own. I'm not their best friends. I am trying to figure out what's going to work for the American people. Are you telling me in this situation? I always put this scenario out to people who are close to me. I haven't done it online, but I was like, ask yourself the question: people who believe Biden was racist, and we know Donald Trump is racist, or whatever, whomever you thought. Not that I believe these things. My point is I can't determine what people are going to be like, or who they are, or what they believe outside of politics or whatever, because I'm not around them all the time. But for black people, if a racist, like, let's say, if you thought Biden was, some black people did because they were mad at what he said. If he offered black people a lot of things and opportunities, even though being a racist, would you rather want that or have somebody who's not racist and never offer you a damn thing? Because that person doesn't give a shit about you, but don't hate you. You actually would want somebody who's going to help you, knowing that they may not want to invite you to dinner. But if you want to play and pass and they're going to vote yes for it, you don't get two shits about what they think about after the fact, because it's all about how can you progress yourself as a people. So in this situation, I went off a little bit, derailed a little bit, but the reality is I don't care about what they got behind the scenes, whether they like me or not. If they're making bills that are racist, oh yeah, we got issues. They got bills that are sexist, yes, we got issues. Overturning Roe versus Wade, do I look like I have a vagina? No, but we got issues. Right? Because it's against everything I believe in. So regardless of all that politics in that situation is what I deal with. For the people, what's right for the people. And you don't have to be that people to know what's right. Like, I don't have to be a woman to know that taking away their autonomy, their body like rights is not right. I don't have to have female parts to know that. That's a dumb idea that you believe that has to be true. You know what's right. Put yourself in a position. That's all it takes. Get outside your little sexist, hateful thought process and say, what if it happened to me? Now you understand. If you can't figure that out, you're slow. Don't vote. Just keep your ass at home. But these people were going at it. Donald Trump talking about he's going to take the subsidies. Why were you giving it to him in the first place? Yeah. So we got them pissed off at each other about this. Now, Elon Musk, and I think there's one more with Donald Trump before we end up going away. But Elon Musk, oh no, it's Musk, said to his crazy thing, he said, such an obvious lie. So sad. So now, I promise you, if this continues to go down, because it's just now Thursday, tomorrow you just might wake up to this dude saying Donald Trump is not fully mentally there. Because you know what's going on with people talking about Biden wasn't fully there, and Jake Tapper made his whack ass book, which is doing horrible, by the way, from what I've saw. But I don't know him personally what his goal was, but doing horrible by standards of books. But if Biden is getting that heat, this man right here is the one who can pay to put Donald Trump under that heat. Look out for this man if this continues down the road of Elon Musk showing that Donald Trump is not capable of being a president. That this man behind the scenes was rambling. Whether Donald Trump really has a diaper or not, but it looks like he does, that shit's gonna come out. What he actually really smells like is gonna come out. These people are gonna go off like a nuke. And I don't believe Donald Trump, even though he gives people names and shit and it kind of sticks. I don't think he's gonna be able to fuck with Elon on this one. And I'm not an Elon fan or Trump fan, but I don't think he's gonna be a mess with him, because everything that Donald Trump needed to bolster his ego, this is the man that gave it to him. Gave him compliments, right? Gave him money, gave him opportunities. Even Elon Musk came out and said, you know, Republicans, I want you to understand something. You got your jobs because I invested heavily into y'all. And you guys are working right now in the positions that you're in because I invested heavily into y'all, right? So Elon Musk, I'm not sure, he's going to pull this one off, but we'll see. But he said that's an obvious lie, Trump. That's an obvious lie, right? So that was one thing that they went through, which is funny as hell, right? And I know it's some real shit. But then Elon Musk was like, you know what? Donald Trump took the gloves off. It's time I take the gloves off. Thank you, DJ, for your support. I appreciate your $5. I appreciate it. He said Elon Musk said, Donald Trump took the gloves off. Oh, it's time for me to take the gloves off. He talk some nonsense about me being crazy and that, you know, I left the White House and I don't like his little gold room and I'm feeling like I'm longing for his touch or some shit. Elon Musk said, all right, it's on, bitch. It's on. So his next tweet, well, at least one of his tweets, I ain't gonna say in particular order. One of the next tweets he said this. He said, oh, and some food for thought as they ponder this question. Trump has 3.5 years left as president. Republicans, MAGA, the ones who've been riding Donald Trump's like elongated nut hairs, right? Yeah, you guys. I'm the one that got you elected. I'm the one that put money behind you. What other billionaires richer than me? That would be none. And keep it up. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Trump's got 3.5 years as president. Then he's gone. Who's going to fund you when the orange dipshit is either out of this office or 6 feet under? He's got 3.5 years. I've got 40 plus. You talk about, that was a slap in the mouth right there. That was like, ow, that shit hurt. Because not only in this thing has subtext, right? What it's saying is to these Republicans, these MAGAs, is that you've been riding Donald Trump's coattail because people love Donald Trump. And the luster of Donald Trump is going to come off a little bit, right? And he's got 3.5 years. Even if you try to turn this into a dictator, I will be an oligarch, which means I will be one of the richer people. You can try and take it all you want, but regardless, I'm the richest person in the world. That's why you guys have clung to me. See, the Republicans, and this is another thing, like I said, they're letting you know who they are. The Republicans were always for sale. Elon Musk has proven it in this, that Republicans were always for sale. I'm not saying Democrats aren't, don't get me wrong, but Republicans are out there saying it loud and proud that the Democrats are doing this and the Democrats are doing that when they were receiving, like people like myself doing content. They were receiving $400,000 for one post of propaganda from Russia, from other countries that didn't like us. Yeah, and from billionaires to push their whatever it is out to the people. They created a whole network of propaganda with regular people like myself out here doing this, paying them a crap ton of money, millions in total for each person, right? And Elon Musk is like, I was one of those people funding y'all. So you guys are going to need my money because other billionaires ain't coming to y'all like this. So their gravy train is talking about he's pulling out of the station. Who's coming with me? He pulled one of those MacGyvers. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? And Donald Trump's a grifter. He don't really got shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything he got is because billionaires have been giving him money and opportunity. But once they pull that shit off, Donald Trump ain't got nothing but what he believes he has in his brain. I'm smart because my uncle was smart. Well, your uncle's dead. That smartness don't wear off. You don't have that superpower you believe you have. It is a person like, the reason why Elon Musk was sitting right next to him, right? Was sitting right next to him this entire time. Because that dude is the one that Trump knows he owed. because he know he wouldn't be there if this man didn't give him the money. Right? So they telling you we've been bought. That's what he's saying. You guys have been bought by me. You've been for sale this entire time. Just like Mike Johnson trying to reach out to him. We have a good relationship. We have good friends. You know he's been getting money from this dude. The well is going to run dry, and he wants to talk to him. Because this bill being passed, I don't know if Elon Musk cares about it or not. Because my personal perspective on this is that Elon Musk wanted this bill. He couldn't have been in the office and not known. He's only been gone a few days. He had to have known what's in this thing. But with Donald Trump kicking him out to the curb or whatever happened, I don't know all the details, but that's what they've been saying in his tweets and so forth. I don't trust either one of them, but that's what he's been saying, that he got X'd out or whatever. Well, if that's the case, then Elon Musk is setting up to a point where he's going to get revenge on Donald Trump. Well, you've let this man come in and get information. Do you think he just got our information? Of course, he's got Trump's information. That was probably the first person he looked into. Of course, he's got these politicians' information. That was the first thing he looked into. If you are a person who's power hungry and your life has been about effing people over, what is the best thing to do if you want to be able to have power that's unbelievable? Is that you befriend somebody in power that's too stupid to realize that you just went in, put your technicians in to peep and peek into our government at 24/7. Know exactly what's going on and be able to write programs that would know where we're going based off of what these fools have been telling him and giving him. He was privy to meetings in which he had no classification for with Pete Hegseth and others. What do you think he did with this data? I don't know, but I know he just didn't sit there and just like, oh, in one ear and out the other. Everything he did in there is for his own benefit, just like Donald Trump is in there for his own benefit. So they got dirt on each other. And that's the thing. Donald Trump is suckered. And to me, it's like he's got Donald Trump by the hairs. He can talk all he wants. But when they start to share the real, Donald Trump really don't have it on him. Not like that. Think about it. Who was it? Stephen Miller's wife left, went with him. And they thought they was going to be watching over, his wife was going to be watching over. I don't know if they're still married. I don't know nothing about that. Don't really care. But she quit the White House and started working for Elon Musk. Now, maybe she's a plant with Elon Musk that she's going to figure out information and give it back to her husband. I don't know. But it didn't seem like he was too happy about it. They could be playing us. I have no clue. But that's the part that, just on the outside looking in, it is pretty messed up. These people are out there, yo. They're out there. But like I said, I think Christian said Elon Musk is 53 years old. Yes, he is. So 40 years, 93. Well, he think he's going to live to about be 100. But he's got kids, so he's going to raise a tyrant because his father raised one. So one of those little children he's got now, or maybe teens or whatever he's got now, he's got a bunch of them. They'll continue whatever it is. They want his money. So yeah, so he's going to be going on for a minute. Oh, wow, Rudy and Planet Janet. I don't know nothing about that. That's out there. I ain't heard nothing deep like that. I ain't going to say that, but what happened next, y'all, is like the cream of the crop. The best way, I call it Elon's killer tweet. This right here was a dagger. This ended it all for me for the day. I don't know if they put more stuff out, but it ended it all for me today. It's just hilarious as shit. So Elon Musk was like, all right, I got you. You just said this about me being, I'm missing the White House, and then I got Trump derangement syndrome, and I wanted to, that I'm butthurt about the EV, getting like $7,500 subsidies. I'm all upset about that and all this. Okay, you got me. All right, all right. Now I'm about to come with the funk on you real quick. And when I saw this with y'all, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I fell out. I laughed so hard. I was laughing so hard, man, I was sweating. Oh man, this right here got me. If y'all know, y'all know. This one got me. This man said, "Time to drop the really big bomb." Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? Kapow! He's a real Donald Trump. And he said that. He added Donald Trump. He said, real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. That right there, like I said, I don't believe, I'm not this person that brings the tea. I'm not into this tea stuff. I'm more like a coffee guy. So this is like bringing the coffee. I don't mess with the tea. For me, it sneaks up on you. It's not strong enough at the very beginning. I like to bite at the very beginning. Kind of tart. And then the caffeine comes in. But this right here, this was the coffee of the day, man. This was strong, straight to the head. I laughed so hard for so long because for a fact, for the last, I don't know, week or two, probably a little longer than that, since they've been in office, actually, they've been going at them. And that would be Dan Bongino and cockeyed Cash Patel. Those two have been getting the smoke, the heat, and everything else from the MAGA group of people. The Mr. Two Hats, Mr. and Mrs. Two Hats. They've been getting it from them from Planet Cray Cray. Those people have been going off on these two people. They were on a news tour for a hot second, talking about, and I think it was Dan Bongino. I think it was either on Fox or he was on CBS or something like that. And he was sitting right beside cockeyed Cash Patel. And he said, we've been in the office for a while and we've seen the actual document. And yeah, Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Yeah, okay, next. Oh, he didn't say next, but he kind of tried to move on. And you could tell he looked crazy, like, oh, I want to tell him this. Because they spent so much time and so much money wasting MAGA's time with conspiracy theories that they got them in a tizzy and they just couldn't wait until they got into the office. Now, they're starting to call them a part of the deep state. They're saying that Cash Patel and Dan Bongino are a part of the deep state. I am so happy for them that they finally got the label in which they should have had, because they've been the deep state the entire fucking time. They're the ones who made up this deep state thing, according to our government right now, as it seems. Deep state a while back ago was something totally different, but it wasn't about what they've been doing. And that is Donald Trump, his people are the mastermind of all these conspiracy theories and QAnon and all these mad things. Like I said, and this is not necessarily fact, but it ends too convenient. When QAnon, we haven't heard from them. When last time we heard from QAnon was when Donald Trump left office, December 18th, I believe, after Donald Trump had lost, and there was no way forward, and they had did everything they could to result into doing the situation. He had literally a month left. That was the last time QAnon ever spoke during Biden's presidency. Didn't come out and say a thing. Still haven't, that we know of. So how is it that the deep state just stopped talking once Donald Trump lost? But when he was there, it was running left and right, because it had to be somebody in Donald Trump's world that was reporting this stuff. They made it seem like it was somebody deep inside that was just reporting the truth. No, it was somebody in Donald Trump's world that made this entire thing up for these nut jobs to believe in. Then they went on to stop the steal, which was meant for Hillary Clinton. When they first ran against her, that's what the plan was. But because he won, it shocked the hell out of him. They didn't deploy it. And then when Biden won, that's when they deployed Stop the Steal Again 2.0. And that led to the insurrection, January 6th. All this shit has been their plan. All of it. And now Dan Bongino and cockeyed Kash Patel, they're feeling the heat. And so they've been asked what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein, when they're going to release the tapes, because they literally think Democrats are going to be all over it, which they might be. Who knows? Release them. I don't care, right? But they think their orange god wasn't a part of it, even though it doesn't take a rocket science or scientist to realize that there are more videos with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein's madam and Melania, than of anybody else. There's more videos or pictures and videos of them being together as a couple, out together. Husband, wife, mistress, pedophile, out together partying. Looking in a crowd of young women dancing Donald Trump. That pedophile. Even Donald Trump, if you go back and look at it, there was an accusation from a 13-year-old girl that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein brutally raped her. That's the document. She filed it, and then they canceled it. Or at least it got thrown out by the judge, and the girl was too afraid to actually. There was so much going on. By that time, she wasn't 13. She was an older woman. But that's an accusation. And she had it in detail. You can go look it up online right now. It's literally a document, a legal document that she filed and took it back. Now, I don't know about you, but if anybody, a child, a grown woman, anybody came up and said that I did something like that, you best believe I'm suing the dog shit out of them, because ain't nothing like that ever happened in my life. This man just let it go. Disappeared. But you know why, though? Because if he went along with that, there's something called disclosure, which means any other video footage, because you know these sickos record their shit, that Epstein may have been found in those files that was stolen from them with Donald Trump in them and other leaders like the Prince Andrew and all of that in there, that shit has to become available for the defense to have. That's why you keep your mouth shut once the girl either gets threatened or gets paid off or whatever happened, we don't know. Or, the judge got paid off, because I think it was the judge who threw it out. And the girl, I guess, didn't want to complete it. There was multiple stories on that. But the document itself is there. It's not fake. It's real. So with that happening, you got Elon Musk. And here's the thing. Elon Musk, I want y'all to know, Elon Musk was in that White House getting data for long enough to have those Jeffrey Epstein files. I want you also to understand that him saying that out loud, Elon Musk has lawyers galore, just like Donald Trump does, but Elon Musk is richer than Donald Trump by far. And saying that about Donald Trump, okay, legally is slander at the least. And Donald Trump can sue the dog shit out of Elon Musk. But you know why he won't do it? Because if he did, those files would become public. Because he has to prove that he's not in it. And Donald Trump, and we all who have a brain worth a damn, know that Donald Trump and Melania are both in those videos. There's no way that Melania and Donald Trump were around pedophiles and a madam and didn't know. They've been to this mansion multiple times. These girls, one of them at least, said they was with Donald Trump, and one said they were raped by Donald Trump. So, excuse me. I don't think a person who got raped will forget whom the hell they got raped by. The other one said she got raped by Prince Andrew. You think she just made this shit up? Who would want to sleep with that dude on purpose? Okay? So, Elon Musk probably has these files. And if he doesn't, bringing it up only if Donald Trump wants to sue, he can't sue unless he makes those files public. Elon Musk is playing chess. Because in so doing, you got people like Steve Bannon coming out and saying things like he needs to be deported, meaning Elon Musk, because he should have been deported is what he's saying, because he's not I guess a legal citizen here. He thinks he's believed he's an illegal citizen. Yeah, I know, Kristen, the woman who blamed him recently died. Yes, she did. Unalived herself. But again, that's neither here nor there. Bless her, her family and prayers for them. But it's all about these accusations. You're right. They came out. And I don't know about you, but accusations coming out for years upon years upon years on you for the exact same thing. And for you back in 2016, 15, whatever it is, to say that the things that these women said you did, I do. And to have a wife come out and be the person who came up with the idea to say, tell them it's locker room talk. It tells me then, and it told me now, that she's a part of this rape culture, which is the same thing that Jeffrey Epstein's madam was. These two women are not different. They're more alike than different. Ask yourself why Melania is with Trump. Trump is ugly, overweight. You know he stink. He's oily, orange skin, wears a tan that he don't know how to put the tan on, right? You know his hands are sweaty and calming, like really nasty. You can tell, look at his hands, and you even see it up close. He slumps over. There ain't nothing sexy about this man. And you know she doesn't find him sexy. With all the surgeries she had to keep her looking in her sense of beauty, you can't tell me you with Sir Ugly Orange Crusty Dude for love. It was for money. We understand that. But it's also, I believe, for depravity. Because where are you going to find someone like him and Jeffrey Epstein, rich and depraved, the way you like them? Because there is no way that your husband is sleeping with a porn star when you're taking care of your baby, that you cool with that. When you can sue him and be rich and be on your own and be with a younger, good-looking man that has money and probably will treat you better. No. You can look in her face and realize she is the bitch of all bitches. Look at her. She looks mean as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. She looks mean as hell. And she is with the devil because she is the devil's mistress. Everybody tries to give her all this credit. I said, no, bro. You don't hang out with the devil and be like, oh, I'm pissed off at him. No. You still with him. You are a part of the world in which he's made. None of this shit turns you off. You are him. Benefit of the doubt is not something I give when you can see wrong and not only marry it, sleep with it. Not only sleep with it, spawn with it. And stay with it. No. Nope. Not at all. And then like actually gaslight the fuck out of America and create a group that you're trying to help people be best. And then talk about, oh, we want to try, one of her first things, we want to try, like, no cyberbullying. She married the biggest cyber bully. It is insane how people give this woman credit because she doesn't appear to be like Trump. He's the front man. She's the driver. Both of them pulling off the same crime. One's just keeping his mouth shut. And all of us have been around somebody that was shady. And you can't tell me, looking at Jeffrey Epstein and going to his home, you never saw kids. Donald Trump, there's a quote from Donald Trump that says he likes them a bit younger than I do. This is what Donald Trump said in an interview. And you know Donald Trump likes them as kids. Remember, he literally said there's a room on one of the talk shows, Howard, I forgot his last name, but Howard show. He said, and this, you can go look it up, Howard Stern. He said, at these pageants, they're like 14, 15-year-old kids, girls. He didn't say kids. And even, you should check out Howard Stern too, because he was all, I know you can see some good this, that, and the other. And he's like playing it off. And they both know they're talking about kids, not grown women. Because they done already precursored it with like 14, 15, 16-year-olds. Those are babies. And he's like, oh yeah, I go back in the back and they're all naked, this, that, and the other. And I get to see what I get to see because I own the place, right? I got the privilege to go back and see it. They're literally talking about gazing on children naked because it's a pageant and joking about it. When and what type of history was that an okay thing? It was on air. They weren't doing it behind the scenes, in the public eye. And we're just now, these people, just now catching on that this was wrong. And then this dude says, if you add these things together, he says that Donald Trump says that Jeffrey Epstein likes him younger than I do. He saw him at 14 to 16 years old in pageants. Younger? What, you looking 10, 12? What the hell are you talking about? Right? So I don't understand how we didn't see this. I saw it, but I don't see how the world didn't see this. This culture, this country has been doing things like this for decades. Just allowing it and saying like, oh, they're okay. You're smart enough to make a decision at whatever age. I'm like, no, you're not. It's not legal and it's not the right thing to do. But we've passed it along. There's some of our favorite stars who dated their cousins who were 16 while they were 20-something years old. Hell, what's his name? The mayor, Rudy Giuliani. He wasn't a child at the time, but he married his cousin. Not just any cousin, his first cousin. You got so many depraved, like human beings being leaders, becoming billionaires. It's a sad case of affairs for this country and for the world, for that matter. But that's where you see Donald Trump has been like this. This is nothing new. He knew that Jeffrey Epstein was with children. He knew it. It's just that he was leaving clues, but people didn't recognize it. Liked him younger than I did, so they thought he liked them at, 20s, whatever, and then what's his name might like him at a younger age, 18, whatever. It's legal. No. The thing that's just like the sad part is the one lady who died who's 13, that wasn't Donald Trump's last time, nor was it his first time doing it at Jeffrey Epstein's place. The other women never came out. People who are like this don't do it one time. they got away with it the first time, especially these men of power. Oh, they're doing it again and again and again. So if anything, we need to find that black book. We need to open up the books and search for all the men, no matter how powerful they were or are, and all the women. Because it's a damn shame that this shit happened, 5 years ago? Whether it be President Biden or Trump. It's a damn shame that these people that were violated have not received justice from a country that says that's what it believes in. Every last person in that book, I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if I like the person or not. I don't give a shit. You should not have the right to harm people's lives. And everybody in these books need to be brought to justice. Every one of them, if they're still alive. Because there is no reason these people should be in the shadows and have lived their lives with the people who have assaulted them as babies while they go around living in mansions and yachts, the most depraved people on the planet. I have no doubt that Trump's in them. It only makes sense. I have no doubt that Melania's in them. It makes all the sense in the world. We got video footage of them being there. And the way they were all chummy, that was not their last time. And it damn sure wasn't their first. So Elon Musk is onto something. And I believe what he just did was light a fire under these MAGA people. And they're going to be requesting some more. And Elon Musk is not going to disappoint. But it's only going to be after he puts so much pressure on Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, to stop all this, mark my words, he's going to have to give Elon Musk that EV subsidy. He keeps that, Elon Musk will shut up. They got too much to lose. So be aware. I mark my words today. The minute Donald Trump capitulates on that EV and puts it back in, this stuff will stop. They won't care about the investigation. They're not going to press it. Well, let's just hope Donald Trump's too stupid to see it out and keeps on pressing forward. And the justice for these people actually happen. You know what I mean? You're 100% right. Did it always stay on the same one? I've been trying to move it. Imagine what Putin got. Really? So, yeah, that's what I noticed today. Today was filled with information. I didn't cover it all, but I covered a lot of it. And I'm looking forward to these people exposing themselves and hopefully blowing up everything they're trying to fix. We need to stay on Hexef's development, like what's going on with him. All this stuff is going on, and we've forgotten about how this man is still on that app, right, on Signal. We need to still do that. Look at Rooted in Planet Janet. Your guys looked up the stuff that Donald Trump was saying. It should be showing up. You didn't word that well. It's all right. But yeah, there was so much information about what happened. Like, again, these things aren't made up. They're factual. And a lot of these things, again, one of the things I hate is for people who break the laws or even our social contract we have with each other, treat each other like we want to be treated, bullies and all these different things, just get away with shit forever and ever and ever. And you just want to see them get what they deserve. Not extra more than they deserve, exactly what they deserve. right? We didn't create these constructs of law so that they just be skirted. I can understand if, you go to court, you win, you lose, that's just our system. But the reality is these people should be brought to justice and then go through the system, due process. Everybody deserves that. And then present the evidence. And therefore, after that, the verdict. That's the way this country works. Is it always right? And it comes out in the right situation? No. Innocent people get put away all the time. But you just can't grab them up, put them in jail, put them in another country without that. And in this situation, too many people are getting, for the Venezuelans and so forth, and other people are being snatched up that are not white Americans. And then there are some white Americans, but they're originally from other countries, but have been here and married with children. They're getting snatched up. These people with Stephen Miller, Donald Trump and his family, these people are hateful. And they won't stop until everybody feels the pain and hate they have in their hearts. And we've got to fight just as hard with respect and love and honesty against these people. Can't win if we allow them to continue. But what I noticed is that these evil people are imploding. Don't think it's going to happen without us. We still got to put our put them to the fire, put the heat on it. But they are imploding because the things that they want, they don't necessarily fully agree on. Some of them are after money and power. Others are after just white nationalism. Donald Trump made a pact with the white nationalists. That's why even Elon Musk, who is the same to some degree, but he has more of a liberal slant. And I'm not saying that he's liberal. I'm saying he has more of a liberal slant. He wants both sides. You can't be a full-on like Republican. I don't believe Elon Musk is anything. I think he's an opportunist. He saw being a liberal got people to buy his cars and made him rich. But he also saw if he straddled the line with Republicans, he can make himself even more rich when they're empowered. And now that they've thrown him out, he's trying his best to find that little in-between where he can keep the MAGA and also do some things that the liberals like. And I've seen some people in the news media kind of capitulate to that, meaning not the news media people, but the politicians saying, oh, we welcome them back open. Democrats, close your fucking tent. Quit trying to open your tent up to people like him, because he's literally going to do exactly what he did to them. So let them eat each other, but don't try to welcome him in because you want his money now too. He is going to use you and end up dividing the Democratic Party, or the Democrat Party, with the hate and division that he's going to need and require to keep getting richer and richer and richer. He's not trying to bring us together. Democrats need to figure that out. The majority of your people that are following you are in your party, that are staying in your party. Corinne Jean-Pierre, she's leaving. The rest of the people who are staying, they want you to unify around the things the 80% of us and pretty much all liberals believe in. And if you're not focused on that and you're focused on trying to get another billionaire in your back pocket that has already shown you he don't give a fuck about you, he cares about opportunities, and the only reason he wants to help you out is because he want to fuck them over because they fucked him over, we don't need that. Because the moment our mission of going forward with the people, empowered by the people, you go down that path, he's going to do the same thing to you. Collect information of your dirt, then try and sell it to the Republicans. Divorce yourself from the billionaires and get back to what you're supposed to do. Serve the people. Your job is to be a servant, not a serpent. Focus on serving again. The people, not the billionaires. Your party will grow. Simple as that. Well, Mike says it's getting nasty on X. I haven't been on X, like I said. I haven't been there. I might go ahead and sign up another account. I got rid of my old one. but I haven't been keeping an eye on it. But I should, just so I can get the information not secondhand and see exactly. But I just can't stand following people I can't stand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they are graybeard. They are serpents. I want to thank my members for being here. Kristen Thompson. Yeah, this Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll have another meeting discussing more about what we're doing with partners. We're focusing on Project Infinity, and that's basically saying, hey, look, we're tired of just the bullshit. We just want the government to do right by the people. We're not looking for a handout. We're looking for a hand up. We're looking for help in our communities, not competition in our communities. It's not about that. There's enough to go around for what our communities need, and continue to give a damn about our neighbors, even though they may be in one side of this country and then on the other. I have nothing against people from New York or Iowa or Chicago or Indiana or Mississippi. I have nothing against you. Things that you need, I think you should be able to get. But when they divide us off of, oh, if you get something, then Democrats do this. And there are people in southern states that hate Democrats. And for what? People here in California where I live at, I don't have any, in my lifetime of being here, I've been here for like 30 years, whatever it's been. I have yet to run into anybody to just hate people from the South, their ideals or whatever. They don't sit there and be like, oh, I can't stand people in Alabama. I can't. But you hear it all the time from people in the South talking about all the liberals and the Californias. And I'm like, what the fuck? What did we ever do to you? But that's where these billionaires are running ads in their particular cities and their particular states, saying all these negative things about what we want. And these people don't have the wherewithal to hop online to see if these people actually really want this shit or if it's just something made up. And I promise you, it's made up. I don't see people in California talking shit about anybody in any other state. They just want what's right for everybody. That's it. And you can work on that. As I live in the South, I do hate the South. Rude had to go in there and negate everything I said. No, but anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I ain't got to worry about that. But again, that's your personal experience in that. And I've been in the South. I don't like the way the South treats people like in a racist way. But again, I'm talking, for me personally, I'm just talking about their kids need to be educated. Their families need to be fed. They need to have jobs. You know, they need to have rec centers and pools and parks and, you know, culture and, you know, things in their community, bridges. They need to have good roads. They need to have less crime, just like all of us needs those things. And there shouldn't be a division on that. We all want those things. And what should be, the idea is that the, let's say like New York, LA, more liberal on two different types of the coast, east and west, give so much money to all of these states. And they don't even complain about these states doing whatever it is with the money. They're like, whatever you need, you need. Oh, you got hurricanes? Okay, take care of it. I've never heard anybody in California who pay higher taxes like I do complain about when something happens in the South and they need money that's a part of our taxes. I personally, in my 54 years, and at least being 30 in California, I have not heard one person say, we should not give them money. The hell with that. They broke. That's because of them. Pull yourself by your bootstraps. I have never heard liberals say that. And Democrats or independents or whomever's going to be in position, we're tired of hearing about the division. Tell us what we can unify around. I say treat your neighbors like you want to be treated. Let's unify that. You can have your own beliefs about certain things, but when it comes to human rights, we should all have the same belief. And I know we're not going to find that in a lot of these southern states because women deserve to have the rights of their own body. Nobody, no man, nobody else outside of you and your wife and your family should be making decisions about your health. It just makes no sense. But for other things that we need, that we can agree upon, we need to focus on that. And the things we can't, we have to agree on certain things. I wanted to go back to federal so that everybody has the rights that they believe in. And we got to work on trying to overturn that. That's what I believe personally. But if the rest of the country did not believe that, I go with the rest of the country. I wouldn't like it, but I would go with it. Because again, I believe we need to come up with social constructs, or not social constructs, because I hate that, because that's what white is, but to come up with, an agreement in each individual state that you're in. You guys come to that. But as far as federal, how to treat people. Stay out of people's business unless it's illegal, and quit trying to make their lives illegal because you don't like it. It's just pathetic. But anyway, that's the way I see it. And we're going to be doing that on Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll put the link inside of the comment section on my YouTube. And if you have the time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this Saturday, stop on by and we'll go over some of the things. I think Kristen, she went shopping. I don't know if she did it or not. And give some ideas about the things that you like, things that you want to buy. It's about time that the American people stop relying on the billionaires and their particular strategy and their particular distribution. It's time that we come together as a group. It may be 100 of us, it may be 10,000 of us, it may grow to 1 million of us. But it's about time that we are the arbiters and have the power to make the decisions for us based on our own budgets, learning about financial literacy, creating wealth within our own families, just by doing what we normally do within our own budgets. And hopefully we'll increase our own budgets by doing so. Things should be reciprocal. And a lot of people who've been there understand it. Basically, I'm saying that we should be able to buy products and not be all brand specific, just quality specific, and be able to make money every time you shop and be able to invest and create opportunities for you in your life. And somehow we can thwart off what these billionaires have done to us by having us work 3-4 jobs to be able to get by. We should start making each and everything we do a profitable proposition, and meaning like we become partners. If I'm buying something from you, I should be able to make money just like you make money. And if we kind of do that whole process, we can start creating wealth amongst each other, and then start to apply that to different things in life, whether it be lobbying for bills that we want. It's time that this country become people powered and that we gave a damn about each other and stop trying to compete and stop allowing these billionaires to divide us. If the billionaires didn't divide us, all of us, I'm not saying we'd be rich, but we would be richer than we are now. It is because of them that there's so much poverty in this country. And it's about time that it worked for us. Still capitalism, but it's capitalism that cares, as opposed to capitalism that says fuck off. Right? So you can come on Saturday and learn more about that if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to thank you guys for coming here. DJ, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Rude and the Planet Janet, thank you for being here. If you want to support the show, I got a little headache. These are the things you can do: Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. Also, you can donate in the chat. Who else was here? I want to give you love, respect here. Thank you for all those who are here who aren't members. I appreciate you. I'm giving the members a shout out. Make sure we said Rude. I see Rude was in here chatting. I don't want to miss anybody. I did say DJ already. I'm going back to the top. You guys were having a good conversation tonight. I said Kristen Thompson. I'm almost at the top. I'm coming up there. If I missed you, sorry. But I think that's it. Yeah. Thanks for all the members who showed up. Thanks for all the people who are here. Welcome to new people. I appreciate you for stopping by. We always bring facts, and that's what we do. because that's what it's all about. Straight facts, no chaser. You know, I can bring my feelings, but as long as they're rooted in fact, or if they're not rooted in fact and you know, their hypotheses or whatever, you don't give a fuck about that. I'll let you know that it's not a fact. It's just what I summated from the facts that I've seen. But I won't pass that off as fact. It'll just be my opinion. Yeah, you had to get help from Google to get my membership. It wasn't working. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm glad it's working now. Let's see. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate you being here. We'll be back here on Friday at about 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I was late today. My system completely just went down. I've never seen it do it before. I gotta run some tests or something like that. It went to hash, like you know, back in the day when you was a kid, you heard shh. Well, if you're as seasoned as I am, the TV would turn gray and you see all this hash, and I'm like, how the hell? And like, well, it got double screens. I'm like, how did this happen? So all that went down. I had to turn it off and turn it back on. So it took me about 30 minutes to get that ready. So sorry that I showed up late. 5:30 Pacific Standard Time is usually the schedule that we come out and talk about this. We're looking forward as we grow together, as members come together to make it a better place for us. We have the actual wherewithal to become all we were created to be. We have a decision to make. Do we want this country to live up to its principles, or are we just going to let any hateful person or groups of people to determine what this American country is about? Either it is about the American dream and having the rights, or it's a complete lie and it's just about billionaires and people trying to obtain power ruling over us forever, right? And I think most of us believe in either the dream or hopefully the truth and not a fallacy, that America is like a place where we're supposed to like work together. The time we see it most is through tragedy. When tragedy hits, Americans come together like none other. You can't break us apart. 9/11 hit, you couldn't stop it. People were loving on each other, praying on one another, walking the streets and saying, "You okay? How you feeling?" We shouldn't have to wait to tragedy to come together. We should stay together. Focus on what makes us American, what makes us want to be here. I've been here for generations, but what makes us want to, people who come to this country, and we got to live up to that. And that should be the fun part. Doing everything you can to make your life better and working alongside other people who want to make this country become, if not what people already think, the greatest country in the world. Let's have aspirations to be the best people that we can be, not the worst. You don't have to F somebody over to gain wealth. You can actually do it by being kind. And I'm here to prove this through different things that I have in plan for all of us, is that to be able to do right by people and still get by. And each person, trust me, this is my theory I've seen throughout life. If you want to be rich, you're not the same as this other person who wants to be rich. You may want to be rich is considered you have 10 million. This person over here rich is 100 million. This person over here is rich saying, you know what, if I can have $100,000 a month for the rest of my life, I ain't got to do nothing else. Other people, I just want to farm and chill out. And, if I had just enough money to get by and not worry, I'm good. Everybody wants something different. Yet we keep acting like we all want the same things. Not all of us wants the pressure of wealth or the popularity of celebrity. Some of us just want to be behind the scenes and just have a nice life and hang with our family and friends and enjoy it until the end. So as long as we get our minds out of the competition that me and you want the same things, as far as economics, as far as love, as far as friendship, as far as that, and get into the idea that we are of the same, meaning like we do want love. We do want friends and family. We do want a way to only work so many hours so that we can enjoy the life that we were given. We are blessed to be human beings. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand people like animals. I'm just saying we are blessed to be here because we fought to get to this country. And I don't mean this country, to this world, I guess. Our parents came together. We were a 1 in a million shot. We fought, and this may get a little deep, and you want to hear it, you can turn it off, but we were this sperm trying to get to this egg. Millions of us. We were the one. It may be twins or whatever it may be, but you guys were the only ones to get to that egg. Blessed enough to come out with life. And it's not about competing with anybody else. You are a snowflake. Nobody's like you. Even if you're in music, nobody has your voice. Nobody has your mission. Stop fucking around on competition and focusing on competition. Focus on your individual mission. And focus on lifting others, because when you lift others, they lift you. The mentality of trying to F people over was the wrong way from jump. You're brilliant as you are. You have a mission. Follow that and create whatever that mission. Create a service, a real service to help other people. Life gets better when you focus on helping people than it does just always thinking about helping yourself. And that's why I create all these things, because I want to see people's lives better. And it's not about a competition better than mine, worse than mine. It's all about, where do you want to be? Stop thinking about where my mission, where my God wants to take me. Where do you want to be? And that people who are of service would have no problem helping you get there by being of service to you with their particular gifts. It's just being human. And it should be simple that if I've got a gift, that I should be able to offer it to you, so that your gift can shine. And by doing what we're doing, the more people who get into it, the better it is for everybody. And that's what I do. That's why I'm here. That's my mission. That's my purpose. And I just don't like liars. So that's why you see me going off on people and very passionate about what I believe in, because why lie? Your lie is making everybody else work harder to find the truth. And if it takes that long to get to the truth, you wasted life. The quicker you get to the truth, the better your life becomes. The more you have to lie, the worse, and the more you got to overcome to get ahead. Don't set yourself back. Set yourself forward, and run toward the truth, and run away from the lies. And trust me, I don't care if it is painful. The sooner you get through that painful truth, the sooner you get to the other side of success in whatever that is for you. That's just life. And it is what it is. Love you guys. You guys have a great one. You have a great evening. I love the fact that you guys converse and have a good time in this room. And hopefully we create a community that gives a damn about each other. And that we are Americans for a reason. And even if you're not in America, we are Americans. We are human beings that should care. I shouldn't have to be blood with you to want the best for you. Because wanting the best from you does not mean that it takes anything from me. In actuality, it makes the world a better place for me. If your life is better than it was before and I'm a part of it, you less want to harm me. You less want to, create any kind of crime or animosity toward me. It creates a sense of love and respect. And if you look in your life, the people who've caused you the most pain, those are the ones that you don't want in your life. And that's what it's all about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great evening. As I always say, I'll see you when I see you.